Amy with AJ's Vintage Designs and Fashion Toppings here, and today I'm gonna do a fun little craft. We're gonna do paint pour coasters. Now, you can get subway tiles, shiny subway tiles from your local tile dealer, and sometimes these run anywhere between 3 cents and 10 cents a piece. So this is a very economical gift idea, home decor idea, and it is actually a lot of fun. But not only am I going to do a paint pour, I'm gonna use my leftover paint to make another craft. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I need to do, subway tiles are very shiny. So I do have a coat of bonding primer on here. You can use Dixie Belle Slick Stick, which is a bonding primer, but you need to use a bonding primer because it's a slippery glass ceramic surface and you want your paint to stick, you want it to last. So I did prep these in advance with 2 coats of a bonding primer. I use Slick Stick, and so that's what's on them right now. But we need to prep our surface first. We're not gonna be pouring it on the tiles. We're gonna do something different because I wanna be able to get 2 projects out of one. So we're gonna be pouring our paint onto parchment paper, or you can use wax paper. I just happen to have parchment paper in hand, or you can use a plastic bag, you can use saran wrap. I'm using parchment paper. So I'm gonna be pouring my paint. I have Floetrol mixed in, and we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna pour it on this, do our tiles, and then I'm gonna let the leftover paint dry, and I'm gonna make skins out of them, paint skins for other crafts. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do, you pick out your colors. I'm gonna start off with 4 colors. One of them needs to be a white, because I want white to be a big part of the foundation. So I have poured in a little bit of Floetrol. If you don't know what Floetrol is, you wanna get the latex brand, or the latex based. But Floetrol, there it is. You can get it at your local hardware store, any of the big box stores carry it, but it's called Floetrol. Next, okay, I do about a 50-50 ratio. So I've got, that's all Floetrol, and this is a chalk-based mineral paint, Dixie Belle. So I'm gonna pour some in there. Okay, and I'm terrible about wiping my lids off, so they're hard to open after I've already got them open. You can tell I'm not good with my lids. Okay, next, I know for sure that I'm gonna want some cobalt blue maybe. I'll do cobalt blue. So we'll pour some of that in here. This is a great project for using up your leftover paints. I'm gonna pour some cobalt blue in there. Measurements do not have to be exact. We're just giving pigment to our Floetrol. Okay, and Dixie Belle paints are very, very pigmented. That's cobalt blue. I'm gonna be stirring these up in just a second. Let's do a little peony, which is a beautiful pink. And you can do this with any color combination. I'm just grabbing some colors that I had sitting around. I wanna have some fun. Okay. I'll have to clean my jars off later so they don't harden shut like the rest of them. Okay. Let's go ahead and put in some mermaid tail. I'm gonna squirt some mermaid tail in there. I got a clog. Squirt some mermaid tail in there. Okay, now let's stir these up because we want to have the Floetrol and the colors mixed together. And I mixed a lot. I'll end up saving some of this in little Tupperware dishes with lids to use on another project later on, probably today. You're gonna wanna use it probably within a couple days so it doesn't all dry up on you. So there is the hot pink, that's the peony. And the last one is the mermaid. And this is really easy, and it is not that messy, not that messy. As you can see, I've got a bunch of finished furniture around me and I'm not worried about it. I like to do something that's not messy. Look at that, isn't that a gorgeous color? Okay, so I'll keep my sticks in there so I can stir it if I need to. Need to stir up my white. You wanna make sure it's stirred really well. If you wanna have cells in your paint pours, you can add a little bit of silicone oil. You can use, believe it or not, you can use treadmill oil, you can use hair product that has silicone oil, you can use personal lubricants also as silicone oil if you want the cells. I'm not going for cells today. I just am gonna go for a plain paint pour. Okay, so now, ignore my mess behind me. Now we're going to pour my white first. I wanna pour some white all over the surface so that white is my foundational color. So I'm going to move my stick and I'm just gonna drizzle the white all over. Not too close to my edge because I don't want it to spill over. So I got my white. There's a little bit left in there, not much. Okay, now let's do some blue. I'm just going back and forth, as you can see. Just going back and forth. And these are chalk paints. You don't have to use acrylics. The Floetrol helps it spread out and flow easier. Okay, there's my blue. And now let's do my pink. Stir it up. The pink is probably the prettiest color. I love this. Just going back and forth in between, getting all these lines. And you can do any design you want. You can be doing circles if you want. I'm just doing it this way. I have just a little bit in each cup left over in case I want to add more colors. Okay, now let's try some of this green. And then I'm gonna drizzle gold last. So I'm getting all my little open spots where there's like open parchment paper. I'm getting it with that green. Getting all those edges, leaving a little bit in there. Okay, now for my gold. I'm not using Floetrol for the gold, but I'm going to drizzle it all throughout. The gold really makes a huge difference. So I'm just using my popsicle stick and drizzling it all over. I have some open spaces that I want to get kind of filled in. So I'm gonna fill those in with gold. So as you can see, it's just like a pretty little piece of art. I'll take a close-up picture for you as well. Okay. Gotta have a lot of gold. Now you can add silver, you can add pretty much any metallic you want, but have fun with it. I mean, there's no specific look you have to have when you get started. So I'm gonna zoom you in real quick so you can see how this is gonna work. Okay, so I've got these colors. And if I want to, I can take my popsicle stick, do a little more dragging if I need to. If I want to kind of blur some of these little holes, it'll mend itself. Gotta make sure your parchment paper is flat. Okay, I'm just getting some of these larger holes filled in. Okay, so it's kind of pretty right now. Now is the fun part. I'm gonna take my tile and I'm gonna just put it face down. And I'm gonna smush it. And I have to have a place to put it when I get done smushing it. So I'm gonna do a couple tiles at once. Put these face down. So I don't have to do the paint actual pour. I'm smushing them into the paint to get that design on my tiles. So with all this, I'm gonna be able to get 6 tiles and probably more once I pick these up. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now I've got them in there, kind of smushed them around. Now I'm gonna lift them up. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? See all those colors? I'm gonna set them off to the side to dry. I'll show you in just a second. Pull straight up. Gorgeous, look at these. Okay, ooh, that one turned out really pretty. Look at the lines. See, and if you used any oils, like silicone oils, I could take a heat gun to it and make cells. Ooh, that one turned out, that's my favorite right there. And I am just moving them over to another piece of parchment paper so they can dry. Okay, here we go, next one. How you pull them up really makes a difference too. And these do have some cells. That much Floetrol must have really made a difference. There we go. Okay. Now, see this all right here? Actually, I can do 2 more tiles. Let's do 2 more tiles. Let's put one right here. 1 and 2. I can keep doing this. As long as I have paint on my surface, see, it's nice because I'm not wasting paint. I can actually get a lot of coasters made. Look at that, how quick. A lot of coasters made without having to pour the paint on top of everything. I pour it on my parchment paper, and look at all of these, it's gorgeous. I'll show you those in just a second. Now, I have all this leftover paint. See this beautiful design that's on here? I am going to flatten it out a little bit. I had tape on here so that it wouldn't slide off on me. So I am pulling it straight. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let, see that? See this gorgeous, gorgeous design here? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna touch this. I'm not gonna throw this away. I can either make more tiles because I got plenty of paint here, or I'm gonna let this dry overnight, and tomorrow, maybe the day after, it'll be completely dry, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna be able to peel this design up in a big sheet. And it's what we call paint skins. And I will be able to use these, cut up the little paint skins, you know, and get the designs I want and either put them on a canvas or I can make jewelry out of them. So we're gonna come back. I'm gonna show you the tiles real quick, but we're gonna come back when everything is dried, and we're gonna seal everything, and I'm gonna show you the paint skins. Okay, I wanted to show you something else too. In case you don't like the design you have here, I'm gonna take my blow dryer and I'm gonna blow this around and get another design going. So let me blow this around a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so see, I made a new design. I took a blow dryer to it, moved those colors around, made it a little bit more even, and so you can take a hair dryer to it. Okay, I wanted to show you close up. You do get some cells from using the blow dryer, but I don't have a lot of oil in here, so you're not gonna get as many cells. Look at that pretty design that it creates. Especially over there, look at that. So look at how easy this was. I just drizzled colors all over, and look at this beautiful print I got. Now this large sheet, like I said, when it dries, is gonna turn into a big paint pour skin, and I'll be able to cut up little sections, decoupage them onto vases, or make jewelry out of them. But it's gorgeous. Here is how the coasters are gonna look. See, each coaster has the same color scheme, but based on how I laid them down and picked them up, each one has a different look. 3 cents a tile. Look at the cells in that one. 3 cents a tile is what I paid for these, using leftover paint and just Floetrol. Look at the cells. That's from using the Floetrol, but if I would have used silicone oil, I'd have a lot more cells. But each coaster has a different design. Look at those, gorgeous. To hang on a wall, to use like you know, as home decor, or use as coasters. You can do this on pretty much anything, and it's with chalk paint. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to seal it and some more tips and tricks. Okay, so it's the next day. My tiles are dry. The skins are still wet. So the skins are actually gonna be a part 2 of the series, because it's gonna take, I got it on there kind of thick, so it's gonna take at least another probably 48 hours till it's completely dry. And I wanna get these done. So what we need to do now, look at how gorgeous these turned out. I need to protect them. You can put any clear coat you want on them with any sheen that you want. I prefer to use Dixie Belle's Gator Hide, which is water repellent and water resistant. But you can use any clear coat, or you can use an epoxy resin over them. And all you have to do is seal them. Get along their sides. Now, since these are coasters, you're gonna want to do more than 1 coat. So I'm probably gonna be doing 3 coats on here, and I'm gonna let it sit at least 2 to 4 hours between coats, and I'm gonna be done. So easy. Like I said, you can use resin to seal them if you wanna put some resin on them, some liquid glass, Gator Hide, clear coat, any water-based clear coat, and that's all you need to do. You need to protect them. So I'm just doing a couple of these real quick, and I'm gonna show you close up when they're done. This is gonna give them a beautiful sheen. I do recommend that when you put on one coat, you go one direction. So I'd be going one direction. And then I'm gonna come back and do my next coat. I will make sure to go the opposite direction on my second coat. So I'm just gonna alternate directions with my coats. But that's not, you know, it's not mandatory. It's all a matter of preference, how you like to do your top coats. So I did those 4 real quick. I sealed them. Like I said, I will be doing at least, and if you get any air bubbles, make sure you get them out. Now I'm gonna let these dry for, I'm doing a thin coat, so I'll probably do 2 hours between each coat. I'll do 3 total coats. But then when you're done, on the back, you can either paint these a solid color, you can use fabric glue and put felt on the back, or you can put the little rubber tabs that you get to put underneath your furniture so your furniture doesn't scratch your floors. You can put those tabs on here using a little E6000 glue just to make them hold a little bit better. You can put whatever backing you want, and then now you have a set of custom coasters. So, I'm loving it. This is, my favorite one is actually this one right here. This is wet, but this is actually my favorite one of the bunch. But see, by putting a little bit of top coat on there, I'm putting a sheen on there. Okay, and I will show you pictures when they are done. Okay, well this was the fun and easy project. You can make these to sell them in your shop. You can make them as gifts for family and friends, or just, you know, to enjoy and have in your house and have coasters with a little love because you did it yourself, but also you can get whatever color scheme you want. This is endless possibilities, and you can do even more colors than what I did. So it's quick and easy. Save your skins, because like I said, when that dries, I can peel that up and cut that into little tiny pieces to make into jewelry. So I'll be doing that on another video, so this video doesn't get too long. Okay, well there you go. Quick and easy, and no artistic experience or skills required for this one. This is a fun one actually to do with kids. Kids would love this. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below and click on that little bell so you get notified each and every time I put up a new video. And also, don't forget to follow me over on TikTok at AJ's Vintage Designs. And I'm also on Facebook. I do painting tutorials every Friday night for free. Every Friday night I'm live at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time on my page, AJ's Vintage Designs on Facebook. Love it if you follow me there, and that's about it. Okay, well, this was fun, and I'll pop the pictures at the end. Love and hugs, everybody, and thanks for watching.